So it's actually Friday, August 20th, which happens to be my birthday. But last Sunday, the day that I normally edit my vlogs, I had pretty bad food poisoning and just didn't ever get out of bed. For some reason, I thought I had edited this vlog and posted it, uploaded it. So I was waiting for the uh, scheduled tweet that I normally make so that I could start promoting the vlog, but it never showed up, which quickly made me realize I never edited it, never uploaded it, never did anything with it. So here I am editing it 3.5 hours after it's supposed to have been up and live. But because it's my birthday, I'm going to go ahead and edit it, but I'm going to upload it for next Friday. Because at this point in time, I have absolutely no plans as to what I'll be doing tomorrow, so I have no clue what kind of vlog I could make. So I'm just going to take the weekend off. It's my birthday weekend. I'm just going to relax, have fun, enjoy it. Probably record some other videos because I'm kind of behind on everything. So I'll record some stuff, but for the majority of it, I'm just going to relax, take it easy, and have fun. So this will be coming up August 27th, 28th, 27th. Yeah, 7 days. So August 27th. So this will be August 27th, even though this vlog was actually recorded 2 weeks ago. So yeah, enjoy it. Hey everybody, good morning. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm getting a little bit of a later start than normal because we actually slept in because we played D&D last night and it went all the way to about 9:15. So kids' actual bedtime is 8:45, so they really got about 30 minutes more time than they normally did. And yeah, we had a really good time. I've recorded it. I'll be editing it and putting it up for viewing. Right now I'm out with the dogs after 3 weeks of not getting any rain. It has rained almost every single day this week. It looks like it rained last night. The ground is soaked. It's incredibly foggy. It's like 70 degrees, and you can tell by the fog it's got a lot of humidity, but it's not uncomfortable. It feels amazing outside right now. But with the grass being wet and everything, it's kind of a long shot on whether I'm going to be able to mow or not. I really need to because it's starting to look pretty shaggy. But we will see. I may just bite the bullet and go ahead and do it because, like I said, it feels great right now. If I wait any longer, it'll probably get hotter. So we'll see. So sometime last weekend, I believe it was Sunday, so well after I filmed and edited the last vlog, I filled the barrels up halfway with our metered water. I just put the water hose in there and filled it up. Mainly I wanted to let the water soak up any residue left over in the top of these barrels, but I also wanted to be able to test the water pressure because all these plants over here by the shed, when I stand there and water them, the hose the hose in my hand can be above this line here. So if the water level that needs to come out of the hose is above the water level in the barrel, it doesn't work. So I wasn't able to get really anything out of the system to water those plants. So I filled it up halfway so that I could have a little bit more height to water everything over there. And it kind of worked. It was easier just to grab one of these buckets, fill it up from the hose, and then just pour it into the plants. So I've been needing to move them anyways because I haven't mowed or weed eated that area that they're sitting on for the longest time. So I need to move them somewhere else. I'm probably going to set them right over here where I can get to them, water them more. They're going to have a lot more sun, not as much shade coverage in the afternoon, but it'll be the better place. They're building a house over there, so you'll probably hear some stuff from them building that house. But then it rained, and the first day it rained, it filled up my system. I had to shove an extra piece of 1.5 inch PVC into the overflow valve. It's a dry fit. It's not actually set and secured, so I'm gonna try and see if Lowe's actually has some 1.5 inch PVC pipe today, because they haven't had it in the longest time. So if they do, I'm gonna try and plumb this all up to get down to the cistern. But this filled up real quick. Like I said, it was halfway full. It filled up to the overflow, and as you can see, these two barrels, or as you can see from these two barrels, it's a little bit orange. I was saying something before about it being orange. I first thought it was the chemicals, like left over from these barrels. But where they just put the new roof on, and this is not shingled, it's got like a rubber membrane because it's such a shallow slope. I think it's something to do with the runoff from that, because it doesn't have a chemical smell. It just has an odd smell. But I've been watering all of these with it, and nothing has died yet. I mean, I know that one looks a little bit toasty, but that was because it got burnt up for not having water in like a week and a half. The system's working good. I think I'm gonna bite the bullet and mow, and we're gonna try and get this all plumbed up today. Alright, here I am under the deck. I've got all my stuff. There's some of it that you can see. The rest is all down there. I know you probably couldn't hear me, but this is actually the discharge for the sump pump, and I'm gonna hook the overflow into it using this piece that I just plumbed up, and gonna cut it in right about there. So this is going to be kind of tough because all I have is this PVC saw, and it's not going to get all the way up to the wall. So I'm going to try and do my best to get this thing plugged up, but let me go ahead and get it as best I can do. Alright, so I got this piece installed. It took a lot longer than it should have, because honestly I spent about 3 times as long as it took to install this waiting on somebody to bring me tools, because I'm underneath the deck and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get all the way under here. So I've got the hose running inside the cistern. There is the sump pump for the cistern. Everything's pretty dry, which is a good thing. The rain barrels are full, so I'm gonna empty them into here. This way, when the sump pump does kick on, I can make sure that this is completely sealed. That way I'm also getting rid of some of the water in the rain barrels. because it's looking like it's gonna rain. Now I'm under the deck, so I'm not gonna, you know, have to deal with the water. But if the rain barrels are still full, then as I'm plumbing up the overflow, I'll just have water continuously flowing through it, and that's not good because everything's got to be dry for the primer and the cement to go on. So I'm going to empty up the rain barrels, let it all get to the sump pump, make sure the sump pump still works because it's been in there for a year and I haven't checked it. I mean, it's dry as a bone in here, so I'm guessing it still works. But we'll see what it does, then we'll start plumbing up the rest of the overflow. Looks like everything's running good. Yep. So this is the discharge pipe that I had buried through this mound that runs all the way back to inside the cistern to the sump pump. So yeah, everything's working great. And there we go, all plumbed up. This is the main water line. This is the overflow line. You can see this one's a little bit bigger because it's 2 inch. This one's 1.5 inches. You can see it runs all the way up above, 90s off, and connects into the discharge for the sump pump. So that's what it looks like underneath. And here we are up top. As you can see, it runs all the way down through. I don't know if we can find it. You can kind of see, there it is. There's the 90, and as it connects and runs towards the discharge for the sump pump. I also got all the plants moved from in front of the shed beside it, got that all mowed. I moved one over here by that tree, moved the rest over here to in front of the deck. So that'll be a lot easier for me to water. Today I also bought this really cool shepherd's hook. We already had these 2 bird feeders, and I found a hummingbird feeder for pretty cheap. We just need to get some sugar water boiled up and fill that up. But these 2 feeders are on these 2 hooks on our porch. And that little black thing in the window is our camera. So when we go to work and the kids are at school, we turn the motion detector on that. We have one in our window that faces the driveway, but every single time somebody drives by, it sets off the motion detector. So we have the motion detector set on to the front door when nobody's in the house. And yesterday, there was some really strong gusts of wind, and it'd make the bird feeders move over, and then we'd get a text on our phone or a notification on our phone saying, motion detected at the front door, and it was going off every 2 minutes for 2.5 hours. It was pretty annoying, so I needed to move them. So I got that shepherd's hook so we could do that. And like I said, I found a really cheap, it's like $5, something like that, hummingbird feeder. All we gotta do is put 1 part sugar to 4 parts water, boil it, let it cool down, fill it up, and that's it. I know a lot of people get that stuff that has the red dye in it. That's not good for the hummingbirds. The red dye is actually not good for them at all. Messes with their system somehow. The red is to attract them, but I mean, hummingbird feeders come in red and yellow already. You don't need to add more red into it, honestly. And if it's gonna harm them, don't do it. Just sugar water. Just 1 to 4. That's the ratio you need. That's it. And just put it in. It's all good. So that's it. That's all I got for you. Everything's plumbed up. Everything's working. It's starting to rain. So we'll see how everything works. And I'll let you know next week if anything breaks. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.